Hello and welcome back to Sparkfinder, your place for ideas and inspiration. This week I'm going to talk about something that I call the click. But before I get to that, I have a couple of different things that I'm going to add into this week's video. So first, I have this great calendar called Celebrate Every Day. So I thought it would be fun to share some upcoming important days this week. So today is Tell a Joke Day. Tomorrow, August 17th, is Black Cat Appreciation Day. So for all of you out there who have black cats, like my sister, happy Black Cat Appreciation Day. And then August 20th is Radio Day. So do you still have a radio at home? August 20th would be a good day to get that out and use it. And then this is a fun one. Saturday, August 22nd is Tooth Fairy Day. So happy celebrating. And then I am going to start doing a random tip of the week. So this week's random tip has to do with how to beat the heat a little bit. It's been really hot here in Oregon, and I'm sure around most of the country it's been pretty warm. So what we've been doing is taking the ice packs that we have for our lunch boxes, and we've been putting them in a pillowcase and wrapping them up, and then you have a nice cooling system. So my daughter's been taking her ice pack pillowcase to bed with her, kind of like a hot water bottle. I've never used a hot water bottle now that I think about it, but it sounds really nice, and this is a great cold version. So there you go. So the main topic of today's video is the click. So what is the click? Sometimes when you're working really hard to learn something or you're doing something new, at the beginning it's just this incomprehensible, foggy cloud of like, I don't know how to do this. I've never done it before, and I don't think I'm ever going to learn how to do it. And then something happens where it all becomes clear. And I call that the click. So what inspired my thinking extra about this week is my daughter and I watched this great documentary on Netflix called The Speedcubers. And it's pretty short. It's less than an hour, but it follows these people who are competitive Rubik's Cube solvers. So, Rubik's Cube. So, of course, after watching this, my daughter wanted to get a Rubik's Cube. And of course I was okay with that because I felt like potential for a lot of great brain connections to be made with this. I've never been able to solve one myself, but I thought maybe she could. So in this video that we watched, the kids who were competitors were solving the cube in like 10 seconds or less, which is phenomenal, and some with just one hand, which is insane to me because I can't even solve it with two hands. So my daughter tried for a little while and was almost immediately frustrated, and I had to remind her that, you know, these kids didn't just wake up able to solve a Rubik's Cube. They had to work at it and practice and, you know, try things and learn the algorithms. So I said, maybe if you just play with it for a while, you'll get a click and you'll understand how to do it. So a couple hours later, I heard from the other side of the room, I heard, "Mama, I got the click." So it turned out she figured out how to solve the cross and how to solve one entire side. So solving the full cube for her is still a work in progress, but she's very happy with that accomplishment so far. So when the click happens, it's like this foggy veil has been lifted, and it's almost hard to remember not knowing how to do the thing that you're trying to do. So I was thinking of good examples of clicks from my own life, and one big one was I spent 7 years working in a hotel, and we used this computer system, a reservation system, in a lot of the different departments, and it was DOS-based. So there were letters and numbers and cursors all over the screen, and when I first looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna understand how to use this. And some people were just so quick with it, like typing, and just they knew what they were looking at, and it was just like a foggy mystery to me. But then after a couple of weeks, I was typing just as quick as everyone else. So that click felt really good. That one, another click took me a couple years. So I started learning about natural selection when I was in biology class my junior year of high school. And it didn't really, I didn't get it. And then a couple years later, probably when I was a sophomore in college, I took another science class, and we talked about natural selection again, and it all made sense. And then I look back and I thought, why didn't I get that in high school? I would have done a lot better on a lot of those exams and papers if I had just gotten that little click. But it came. And then, so that one took a couple years. Now this one I'm especially proud of. So do you remember in the 90s, these were very big, those magic eye images where if you look at them a certain way and blur your vision, you can see a 3D image? Well, for probably 25 years, I was never ever able to see anything in those images. And then just this last year, a teacher at the school where I work re-explained to me how to look at these, and all of a sudden I could see the 3D image, and it was like something opened up in my brain. It was very amazing to me. So that is a click that took 2.5 decades to come. So sometimes you try things and it doesn't click no matter what you do and how much you try and how much you practice. So I have 2 examples of that. So first, when I was in high school, I really wanted to be able to play a musical instrument. So I took up the saxophone. So I tried very hard for a year. I tried playing, I practiced, I tried to learn how to read the music. That click never ever happened. The other thing that never clicked for me was calculus. So that's something that I really wanted to be able to do and understand. And I took calculus in college, and I quickly saw that I better take that class pass-fail because it was shaky right from the beginning. And I went to every class, I went to office hours, I did all the homework, I studied incessantly, I walked around with index cards with the formulas and definitions. When I went for the final exam, I knew how many I needed to get right in order to pass this pass-fail class. And I looked at the exam and I thought, I don't know that many. I don't know how to do that many of the problems. So somehow I ended up passing the class. I think the professor was grading partly based on effort because I did try, but that never clicked. And then some things like the Rubik's Cube, that's probably never going to click for me, but I'm not going to try. So we don't need everything to click for us. And my opinion is that these failed clicks, like the saxophone and calculus for me, they make me appreciate the things that did click a lot more. Because if everything was easy for everyone, then the things that you can do well wouldn't be special. So I do have a click in progress. So I've not given up my dream of learning how to play an instrument. So this past year, my daughter started learning how to play the recorder, and she got really into it. So when we had the chance to buy one for her, we bought 2, and she is trying to teach me how to play. So hopefully that will become a successful click. So here is your Get Sparked challenge for this week. So there are 3 parts to it. The first part is to think of the clicks that you've already had that you are especially proud of. So something that clicked for you might not be a click for someone else. So only you will know which clicks are important to you. And then the second part of this Get Sparked challenge is to think of your click fails. Those are really important because failing is not a bad thing. We all try things and fail. That's okay. That's just part of being human. So think of the things that you've tried and failed to click. And then the third thing is to identify a current click in progress that you are trying to work on. And if you don't have one, maybe think of one to start on. So it could be that this click in progress becomes a click fail, like maybe this recorder is not going to work out for me. I don't know, we'll find out. Or maybe it will be a successful click. So either way, it's a good thing. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Can't wait to hear what you're working on. If you have any random tips to beat the heat, like my ice pack and the pillowcase trick, please feel free to share. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time.